Nigerian Army in a series of reports during the week says its troops have killed over 44 terrorists in different locations in Borno, Katsina and Sokoto states days after Boko Haram terrorists had on May 12 and 13, 2025 sacked the Armed Forces of Nigeria, AFN military base in Wulgo town, a Nigeria border town in Borno State of Ngala Local Government Area, a throwstone to Cameroon in the shores of Lake Chad. Also, the Boko Haram terrorists attacked and sacked the 3 Battalion, a military formation in Rann, headquarters of Kala-Balge Local Government Area in Borno State, and the military base in Marte town in Marte Local Government Area of Borno State, killing soldiers, overrunning the military formations, stealing arms and ammunitions and setting the military buildings ablaze, including the armed forces operational vehicles, with the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, saying, the Boko Haram terrorists in recent days are currently in control of 299 communities out of a total of 300 communities in the Marte Local Government Area of Borno State, meaning, the federal government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is barely and currently controlling one community after the Nigeria Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, whose supporters are apparently busy talking and preparing his re-election ahead of the country 2027 general elections, had lost territories to terrorists, and the Boko Haram terrorists appeared aggressively advancing and retaking more territories in Nigeria. The Nation newspaper on May 21, 2025 reported that the Borno State Governor, Babagana Zulum, continued his visit to communities affected by the recent surge in Boko Haram attacks by traveling to Wulgo town yesterday. Wulgo, located on the fringes of Lake Chad, was recently attacked by armed insurgents, forcing troops of the multinational Joint Task Force, hitherto protecting the town, to retreat. By visiting Marte, Kala-Balge, and now Wulgo, Zulum aims to achieve a unified front in the fight against insecurity and to stimulate local support for sustainable peace and development. During his tour, the governor engaged with local leaders, listening to their concerns. He announced plans to accelerate the deployment of humanitarian aid, strengthen security efforts, and provide modern irrigation and rain farm implements to facilitate economic revitalization in the town. The governor emphasized the importance of community-led resilience programs while also encouraging residents to take an active role in shaping the recovery of their town. On May 19, 2025, Push newspaper reported that the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, has raised the alarm that only one town out of 300 remains under government control in Marte Local Government Area, warning that Boko Haram terrorists are on the brink of taking over the entire local government area. The governor issued the warning on Sunday following his visit to the area, where he appealed to the federal government to urgently deploy decisive strategies to prevent Marte town from falling completely into the hands of Boko Haram, ISWAP insurgents. Public Relations Unit of the Nigerian Army reported that, in another daring operation, the gallant troops of Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Fasan Yama successfully assaulted terrorist enclaves in Ruwangodia, Faskari Local Government Area of Katsina State, on the 23rd of May 2025. The troops subdued the terrorists in a fierce firefight, forcing them to abandon their base and flee. During the ensuing pursuit, 21 terrorists were neutralized, with some succumbing to drowning in a nearby river. The operation also yielded a significant seizure of large cache of arms and ammunition, including guns, rifles, magazines, explosives, communication devices, mobile phones, and motorcycles. Details later. At about 1 a.m. today, the 23rd of May 2025, gallant troops of Operation Hadan Kai sighted a group of ISWAP Boko Haram terrorists in Damboa and immediately engaged them with sustained indirect fire. The main thrust of the attack targeted the brigade, prompting the swift deployment of air support to assist ground forces. After approximately 2 hours of intense engagement, the terrorists were forced to retreat after suffering casualties. Troops successfully neutralized 16 terrorists in the encounter and are currently conducting a pursuit operation. Although an ammunition storage area was hit during the exchange, it was quickly brought under control with no further escalation. In a decisive blow against terrorism, troops of Operation Hadankai, in conjunction with the Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF, have successfully engaged and neutralized several Boko Haram, ISWAP terrorists in separate operations. On May 21, 2025, troops encountered terrorists attempting to loot food items from a broken-down civilian vehicle in Rann. The swift response of the troops resulted in the elimination of 6 terrorists and the recovery of some AK-47 rifles with ammunition. In a related development, troops of the Forward Operating Base, FOB, MOLAI, along with the CJTF, conducted a successful ambush at a terrorist crossing point near Komala, along the Maiduguri-Damboa Road. The ambush resulted in the neutralization of some terrorists and the recovery of several motorcycles and IED materials intended for burial by the terrorists. In a significant blow to notorious terrorist leader, Bello Turji, his key ally Al-Haji Shaudo Alku has been confirmed killed in an airstrike. The air component of Operation Fasan Yama conducted the strike on May 18, 2025, targeting terrorists near Tunfa Primary School in Isa Local Government Area, Sokoto State. Alku, invited from Niger Republic for a meeting, died alongside several men and unconfirmed commanders. This development is part of ongoing efforts to disrupt terrorist operations in the region. Further details will follow. It will be recalled that the terrorists launched a surprise assault on some of the country's military forward operating bases, killing 5 soldiers, looting arms, and escaping with military vehicles and newly issued motorbikes. The attack left the base in ruins, forcing some soldiers to abandon the duty posts and flee to their hometowns, according to local residents. Meanwhile, the Boko Haram terrorists, in a statement after the attack, said they ran over Rann Marte military base and killed many soldiers. The group, in a message shared via its Telegram channel as reported by Daily Post, stated that its fighters stormed the military base in the early hours of Monday. It also claimed that its fighters engaged Nigerian soldiers in a fierce gun battle that lasted for about an hour, after which they reportedly took control of the base, killing many troops, and prompting others to flee.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.